Boys, what's up? Alright, so what I've got for you today is a review on the Xbox One Elite controller. This thing is absolutely apeshit. I love it. I can't get enough of this controller. So, just like everybody else, I was hardcore into Black Ops 2. I bought scuf controllers, I bought homebrew controllers. I bought every kind of controller that you can think of to kind of give me an edge on the rest of the players. So whenever I bought the Xbox One, of course, I was like, I don't really feel like spending $300, $200 on a scuf controller. I don't have the money. I just bought an Xbox One, and they're not cheap. So I took the Advanced Warfare controller, added 2 paddles to the back of it, put some trigger stops in it for some fast aiming and shooting. And it was amazing. It works out perfect. It still works to this day. I love this controller. It's very lightweight and easy to use. Only took me about 2 or 3 hours to actually do it, about $15, so it's a lot cheaper than buying a scuf controller. And I can give you guys a video on how to do that if you'd like to. Just let me know in the comments down below. But what we're going to do is we're going to dive into this controller today. Let me just start off by the aesthetics. It is a very beautiful controller. I mean, it's very simplistic in its design as far as like color combinations, blacked out buttons, the nice silver play over the top of it. I love the way it looks, and it's also got a very nice weight to it. It's a lot heavier than a standard controller, just because of the things that they have inside of it. But the weight isn't too heavy. It feels very comfortable in your hand. One of the big things that I did enjoy about this controller is the fact that the thumbsticks are removable. So you can just switch out any thumbstick you want. And it comes with 2 large concave thumbsticks here and 2 medium-sized dome thumbsticks. And those are kind of hard to see with my big fat fingers, but I'll give you a little close-up of it. So a nice little dome thumbstick. And they just pop into place wherever you want them. Everything's magnetized. Now it doesn't just shake out or anything like that. Me personally, I like playing with the standard small run thumbstick, if you will, for Black Ops, and my aim stick with the medium dome, because it just seems a little more comfortable to me, especially coming from scufs and stuff like that. That's amazing. I love that they added that to this controller, because not everybody plays the same. Not everybody likes the same thumbsticks. Now, the big thing that I found with scufs is once you've bought one, you're pretty much stuck with it. There's no changing it. If you've got a large concave as your aim stick, then you're stuck with a large concave unless you want to break it open, break the warranty, and then switch it out yourself. But they give you the options of switching them all out to however you're comfortable. That's great for first-person shooters. Another big thing that I like for the first-person shooters is the trigger stops on the back here. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but you can flip these little switches up and down. So this one has got the trigger stop engaged, that one no trigger stop. So you got a little less play, so that you aim a little bit faster, you shoot a little bit faster. Now the big thing I love about this was the fact that I was able to play every single first-person shooter that I play without adjusting the trigger stops. I can lock them all the way down and have them at their tightest draw here, and I'm still able to play Halo, I'm still able to play Destiny, I'm still able to play whatever it is that I'm playing. The biggest downfall of my homebrew and scuffs like that, when you put the trigger stops into place, they lock it down to the point where unless you drill them a little further out or you've got them fixed or something like that, you couldn't play Halo or Destiny without adjusting the trigger stops all the way in so you can get that full throw. Now they fixed that with this, and it's something that I absolutely love. I mean, boggles my mind what they did. Another big thing is the paddles on the back. As you can see, there are 4 paddles. Now these control your A, B, X, Y, and they're really nice the way your fingers sit on them. For me, my fingers sit perfectly on each paddle. I don't ever have to do it anywhere. It's very, very comfortable. It takes a little bit of getting used to, especially if you're used to scuffs where the paddles are directly down on the bottom, so your hands kind of float right there. But if you're used to a standard controller, it sits exactly where your hands will sit. Now, the only downfall I can see in this is somebody who plays claw, which is both fingers up here, and then 2 fingers down here, just because it feels a little bit awkward to press them. You're not used to this motion with your fingers. But that's little, and I don't play ball, so I don't have to worry about it. Now, another thing I really liked about it is if you don't want 4 paddles, they're just removable. And it's very simple to remove. That's it. Just flip them, throw them down. Flip them, throw them down. That's it. And if you want the kind of L-shaped butterfly wing one right up top, you can do that. So you can put them wherever you want them, however you feel comfortable. Now it took me a while to get used to having 4 paddles because I was used to doing it so long. But once I got used to it, it's amazing. I mean, I like the fact that I don't ever have to take my hands off the thumbsticks in order to press any of these buttons. And that's just mind-boggling to me because I didn't think it was something that I'd actually be worried about. Another cool thing is fighting games. Now, the biggest downfall I found in Xbox controllers with fighting games is the fact that they have the standard up, down, left, right. You've got like a concave shape here that's going to allow you to roll your finger across it. And that's just something that's awesome. Now, if you don't like that, pull it right out like you do with everything else on this controller. Pop everyone back into place, and that is it. Very, very simple, very easy to use controller. It syncs up with the Xbox One perfectly, so you got button mapping, and that's the last thing I'm pretty much going to go over here. You've got 1 and 2 right here. It's a little switch. Flip it over. There we go. Just flip it over, and you've got your second button mapping or your first button mapping. Now, the cool thing about the button mapping is you're able to map every single button on the controller, whether it be X to Y, X to A, X to B, whatever button you want it to be, you can map it that way, and it stays that way in your map. And then if you want to go to a first-person shooter map, flip it over to the side, and now you have your first-person shooter buttons for it. So it's just overall an amazing controller. I give this a 10 out of 10 without a doubt, hands fucking down, because I've never seen a controller this customizable and this easy to use. So it's mind-boggling, and I don't know what I would do without this controller. So if you're in the market for a new controller, this is the way to go. The Xbox One Elite controller. Now, like I said, it does have a hefty price tag of about $150, but if you compare it to what you'd be paying for a SCUF controller, which is about $200 to $300 with the same bells and whistles, you can't beat it. Now, they are really hard to find. I see a lot of people on Craigslist advertising them for $180, $200 because they're sold out most places. But if you dig deep enough, you will find them. Like I said, it took me 2 or 3 hours to find one, but I did get it. That pretty much ends the entire review on the controller. Like I said, overall I give it about a 10 out of 10. I mean, it's an amazing controller. There's nothing else that beats it. But if you like what you saw, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, comment down below, and sub. Alright, boys.